So again, my name is Sal Cowan. I work at New Jersey DOT. I have the pleasure and the opportunity to work with so many talented individuals, Robert Byrd, Liz Falcon, Mike McCarry, Dennis Calderon, Jim Racanelli, my assistant commissioner, Andrew Tenard, our commissioner, Diane Gutierrez-Cicchetti, and they are all in on Crash Responder Safety Week this November. Next slide, please. What I'm going to do is I'm going to touch on a number of the items that we did for Crash Responder Safety Week last year, in addition to some of the what I'll call ad hoc, the other creative outreach. Now, recognize some of you may not think of these kinds of things, and if anyone has any of the other ideas, I mean, so Jim, never tell me that there's a chat box, because I think I've sent messages to like 20 people. And so that's the whole chain that's going on in the chat box. Like Angela's like, how come I can only see yours? But take these ideas and run with them, folks. They're not mine. They're not New Jersey's. They're ours for really taking and running with. Coordinating news segments, they're huge. Getting local television and radio stations involved. Any kind of public events that you can get. Using billboards or rest stops. If you have authority-based or toll-based roadways where you have rest facilities or customer service centers, newspapers, whether it's local print, I mean, more and more you're going to the web, you got local advertisers, they're willing to work with you. Next slide. So this is from the news segments. We worked with, and if anybody's wondering, you know, branding's a big part of this, right? So you would have seen in our responses to the Menti quiz, the NJTIM team, NJTIM, njtim.org. It's about branding. And the more you get your phrasing out there and the more you can get people to associate it with that, you know, that's how you're going to get word of mouth. So we wanted to continue to push the envelope for the slow down, move over law, in support of the slow down, move over law in the department. One of our principal transportation analysts, Elizabeth Falcon, and our team came up with putting bumper stickers onto various DOT vehicles, and then other agency vehicles, and then other state government vehicles. Next slide. I think this is the audio one. There you go. Oh, thought this is the one we tested. Anybody hear the audio or no? Well, I'll speak over it if we can't get the audio. So this is some of our TIM team. This is some of the video that we had done.
Tell you not hearing the audio when I play it?
Can you turn it up?
Best ways to ensure traffic and first responder safety is to clear minor incidents from traffic lanes as quickly as possible. Minor crashes and disabled vehicles should be moved from the roadway as soon as possible to a safe area adjacent to the travel lanes.
Since 2014, every graduating trooper from the New Jersey State Police Academy has received a nationally recognized traffic incident management training, and it is currently being offered to every trooper who has not yet had it. Additionally, these federally funded traffic incident management classes are available to all first responders in all disciplines free of charge to help ensure that they can do their jobs and get home safely. During National Traffic Incident Management Week, we want to raise awareness about the dangers our first responders face each and every day on our roadways during traffic incidents. So please take advantage of this training by visiting njtim.org.
Apologize for any of the audio difficulties. That might have been my fault for including the insert. We'll go to the next slide. Let's see if we get the next one.
It has been said.
Yeah, this one. Come on, Brucey.
Governor Murphy has proclaimed November 8th through November 14th as Crash Responder Safety Week here in New Jersey. Recognizing this week provides an urgent message to all drivers to safely share the roads with those working on our highways.
The New Jersey Department of Transportation has trained over 20,000 crash responders, who are policemen, firemen, DOT workers, etc., who respond to incidents throughout the state.
Jersey is the most congested state in the country. In order for everyone to be able to go home every night, motorists have to play their part too.
Traffic incidents, while they are common, they are not normal. Abnormal situation on the roadway presents danger to the motoring public and to the responders.
While responders work to clear the incident, the potential for a dangerous secondary crash increases every minute. For every minute a highway lane is blocked due to a crash or an emergency response, the resulting traffic backup takes 4 minutes to clear.
Slowing down and moving over for vehicles with flashing lights on the side of the road, including emergency responders, construction and utility vehicles, lawnmowers and tow trucks, is not just the law. It's a common courtesy to workers who put their lives at risk to help us.
Please be aware, we're out there, we're on the side of the road. Slow down and move over, because we'd like to go home at nighttime too. We have a family.
Move over law doesn't just pertain to law enforcement and first responders, but also to civilians and private citizens as well. Could be your mother, your father on the side of the road that suffered a motor vehicle breakdown, flat tire. It's a very vulnerable spot for people.
I too was responding to an emergency situation on our highway, and my vehicle was struck. It's important that we all use our road safely.
When you see our team members working on the road, move over one lane. It's the law. And if you cannot safely move over, please slow down so that they can get home safely.
I'd like to thank you and hope this message helps.
And I believe after this, we have an audio clip, not just from the YouTube clip or from njtim.org. Someone asked where these videos are available. It's there. We have audio from our partner, Todd Lease and the Beasley Media Group. They managed to get audio for both us as well as the Pen Time program on local radio stations.
Here's an important message for all first responders, tow truck operators, and anyone who works on New Jersey roadways. Every day, responders just like you are struck by vehicles while working on the road. Some don't survive. Others are critically injured and can never go back to the jobs they love. Remember, you can't help anyone if you become a victim yourself. Get trained in traffic incident management. It's free of charge and it's waiting for you now. This message is brought to you by NJTIM and this station. Learn more about New Jersey traffic incident management at njtim.org.
I think that's my last audio slide. So thank you, Adam,
Here's an
for getting the video and the audio done. Branding, njtim.org, making sure that you knock those doors constantly. We do our public events. These are our press events. That's the director of the Division of Highway Traffic Safety in New Jersey, the coordinating partner for NHTSA. That's our commissioner, Diane Gutierrez Scicchetti. That is the mother of Trooper Castellano, who was tragically struck and killed while on the scene of a crash on one of our interstates. And that is the colonel of the state police. These are our partners day by day by day. That's the press release that we sent out talking about National Crash Responder Safety Week. There are organizations within your departments that can help you do this, but your leadership certainly helps. Next slide. Again, your leadership support is critical. They want to be there. They want to be a part of this. Joe, I heard Joe Haynes was on here too. Joe, there's your truck. See, your friends are all involved in this. They all know this program. They train these programs. Joe's a TIM trainer. Joe's a part of our traffic incident management strategic plan. We are all in this together. And as much as we can get together and continue to share the word, that's what's critical. Next slide. And spreading the word is how we do that. You'll see pictures here. Two of our incident management response team members, Mike Bagel, Tim Kavanaugh, along with our principal transportation analyst, Liz Falcon at the New Jersey Festival of Ballooning, which we'll be at again this year with our TIM table, with our service patrol vehicles, with our stickers, with our challenge coins for first responders who are TIM trainers who want to come and support the event. Next slide. We partner with our friends at the authorities. PNC Bank Arts Center is actually on the property of the Garden State Parkway. And so they were able to use the digital image we provided them to put it up on the billboard that you see for, whether it's Dave Matthews Band or Bon Jovi or whoever's going to be playing. They got that up on the same billboard. We also used a lot of the rest stop areas. So they have the screens that you would normally display PSAs. We put the TIM posters up during Crash Responder Safety Week. Next slide. Coordinating with local partners as well, some local print, local TV, local radio stations. local print websites, how we get it out. We also have boards up, and we send that image you see out to various social media platforms. Next slide. Using local news articles, again, it's not just the TV and the radio stations. You have academics. We work with Rutgers and the Center for Advanced Infrastructure and Transportation. They're part of our LTAP program. If you have an LTAP within your state, within your organization, use that. They are local technical assistance partners. They can help you get things done. They can also help promote your program. I know some states that use their LTAPs for TIM. That's a huge success. Next slide. Bumper sticker campaign I mentioned before. It is on all DOT vehicles. This is a snapshot of police vehicles, fire vehicles, EMTs, and command site vehicles. Hopefully, I know without the New Jersey icon, but we like to put New Jersey on everything. Something like this could be considered for wider use, not just in bumper stickers. It is the color of coral, which is appropriate for crash response. And we'd like to see it used in a wider application. Next slide. Get the media involved. If you're going to do a TIM class, invite them along. Doesn't hurt that you have friends at the state police and you want to talk about what happens when a helicopter comes to a crash scene for an investigation. And then you get the guys who are in charge of the helicopters to give you a walk around, and, it's kind of fun to have a picture taken with a helicopter, let's be honest. But the scary part is, sometimes for those of us in the business, we see school buses overturned, right? So we have our partners come out and they're going to show us how to extricate, how they would be towing, where the vehicles would need to be positioned for proper elevation and removal of a school bus off a vehicle. And that was the head page on the department's newsletter that next quarter. Next slide. Challenge coins for our trainers. Event giveaways, how to protect our first responders. Again, njtim.org, getting the message out. Next slide. Social media posts, hallway posters. You've seen them probably in your agency. They're talking about donations to local food pantries or coat drives or prom dress drives. Get your print shop to make them up for Crash Responder Safety Week. I'm sure you know the people that have the easels. It's easy enough. Put them up, get them up. Make sure if anybody has any questions, they know who to talk to. Next slide. We have a website, njtim.org. If you haven't noticed, I've been promoting it throughout the entire presentation. Thank you, Jim Ostrich, for the free advertising. But those videos are up on there. We have, oh man, I should have done this before. I usually try to get props, business cards. And the business cards on the back, njtim.org. So they can go to the website, they can sign up for training, they can understand what we do, they can look at the videos, they can look at the pictures, they can understand TIM, especially here in New Jersey, but moreover across the country and for the US DOT sake. Next slide. Is that it? That's it. I do want to thank all of our partners. I do want to thank all of our friends who are on the call. Jim, Adam, Paul, Joe, the National Operations Center of Excellence. You guys have been fantastic partners. We appreciate the support. We could not have done it without Ake Poncevath, Amy Kaminsky, Matt Zeller, Roger Lal, Robert Clark, the New Jersey Division Office. Incredible support for our program. And we look forward to being here next year again.